This video will make you practice the first day coding or first coding you will do when you are learning C++ or when you will be taking a C++ course in college or university. For this purpose, I will be using Visual Studio Code or editor to write the code, and I will use the command line to run compile and run the code. So let me begin with this command line terminal. Let me see what is there. There is nothing, it is empty. I will be creating a file first to write the code in. For that I am using toss command, and you give the name of the file. Let me give the name main.cpp because we are doing C++ programming, so CPP is a popular extension for C++ code. Now it actually creates a main.cpp file. Now I want to open this file in the Visual Studio Code. For that I run the command code and main.cpp. So it will actually start Visual Studio and have that file open. So I have main.cpp file, and this is the place I am going to write. Let me collapse this part. So to create the C++ program, you will be writing a main function. Main function is an essential component of C++ program. So this is the main function. This is the first line of the function, and you have curly braces which will enclose the body. And if you have function, you might have known that it has to have some return type. It could be void, but I am going to use I'm going to be using int because this main function will be returning 0 value if the program actually completes normally. Right, this is the function. Probably this is the simplest code that I can write in the C++. Let me first execute this code. Right, this is probably the simplest code you can write. Then I would like to go in the terminal and try to execute this code. Right, let me see what is in this file. So now you can see that the content we have written in the file. To execute, I want to run the command g++, and you want to supply some options here. This is for warning, for displaying the warning, and then the compiler I want to use equals to C++ 23 standard, and the output file, the file in which you want to write the application that would be created, which is going to be, let me call it main.exe, and you write the name of the file you want to compile, so main.cpp. Right, this is the command I want to give to run this code. Now let me see what is there. So now we have a main.exe file created. It was created out of compilation of main.cpp, and then after the linking, there is no linking in this code, but typically linking also happens, right? So compilation and linking, and then the code is executed, code is created. Then you can execute this code just by typing the name of that file and then hit enter. So now it is executed. Since we didn't have anything in the file, so it just did execute and it didn't do anything. So if I want to, let's say the first thing I want to do with this code would be display something, right? So to display the data, you want to have something that actually connects to the output stream. I mean, for example, in this case the terminal, something that actually is connected to the terminal, or in other words output stream. So in C programming there was a function print f. But no, you have this function in C programming, but in C++ programming we use object called std cout. This is a console out object, and put something, whatever message you want to display in the terminal, hello world, and you have another thing you want to put, which is actually the new line character. It is complaining at this point because this object is not recognizable by this program. So like in C programming, you would use you would have a library included, stdio, like this. In C++ we have the library that actually brings in this tool cout and nl is called iostream. This is iostream, input output stream. Okay, so we don't need this stdio.h here. So iostream will bring in this cout and nl, and then this line will be executed, and essentially you are actually you will be displaying this text on the output stream. Let us see. Going back to the terminal and trying to compile again, and then the file should be created, and then execute the file. Now it displays the text hello world on the screen. Right, back to the editor. Right, so now let me explain what are these things. Right, std cout, I will talk about std in a moment when I talk about namespace, but cout is an object, because C++ is object oriented, so the things you use in this code are going to be mostly objects. You are working with objects, right? So this is an object, and which is linked to output stream. Right, and endl represents a new line character. So you will be putting a new line character after this hello world text, and this symbol, this is, in this case, in the particular case, it is called insertion operator. That means you actually insert this thing, this content, into the output stream, and also you insert this thing in the output stream. Right, so therefore we call this insertion operator. Now if I want to let's say put something inside here, for example, let me create a variable int x, let's say id equals to, let's say 1001. This statement, if you are familiar with C programming, this statement is no different than what you do in C programming. id is the name of the variable, integer type variable, and you initialize this to 1001, and let me have a character array name, and it is set to Jackson. Right, so now we have two things. If I want to display these two things in the output terminal, output stream, then I will write something like this. This is the text, and then after the name text I would put that name. Then after that I would put let's say comma, and then id, and then after id I actually want to actually insert id value. So this statement should be actually inserting this text on the output stream first, and after that it will be inserting the name. That means it will insert this string Jackson, and then after that comma followed by ID text, and then followed by actually ID value in the output stream. Then finally it will insert the new line character, right? So let us see the outcome of this code. Back to the terminal. Compilation and compilation and linking, and followed by execution. So you can see the thing is displayed, the name Jackson, ID 1001. Back to the editor. Now you can have something there. For example, if I want to, let's say, put this some character before and after the name. For example, two curly braces before after the name, and two curly braces here. You can do something. You can insert let's say curly braces at this point, and then after that you could put the curly braces, then here curly braces, and then here you'll need to have two curly braces inserted after ID, because ID is an integer type, so you cannot put that curly braces with because this is not a string. So if it was a string, you would just put like this, but you need to put another string here. So this will actually display in certain way, in different way. So now you have this name displayed in a different way. Now next the question that can arise here would be these lines actually set the data, but what about reading this name and ID from the user, right? I want to actually ask the user to enter the name ID and display the name ID. So to read the data, what I would do is I need to use another object, cin. This is an object which is linked to the input stream, so therefore we can use this cin, and we're going to be using this operator. This is not insertion operator, but this is called extraction operator. First let me read ID. This is called extraction operator. The purpose of this operator is to extract the data from the input stream and copy into this variable. Therefore we call this extraction operator. Cin is input stream object, to input. So, and then I would like to read name, but before that you need to let user know that what you are expecting, what your program is expecting. So you need to have some prompt text. So to put out prompt text, I would be using a cout, then enter your ID, right? And then after ID is read, I would have another prompt text to ask the user to enter name. And don't forget to put semicolon at the end of the statement in C++. So now these lines will actually prompt the user to enter ID and name and read the ID name in these variables. Obviously the data is going to be overwritten in this case, and this line will actually display the name and ID that user entered. Okay, so let me show you the output here. I want to clear it, execute, compile, and create the execution file and execute. Now it is asking me to enter ID. Let me enter ID as let's say 2244, and the name is going to be Jolly. Right now it actually read the user input data, and then it actually displayed the same data. Right now the next thing I'm going to do is going back to the editor. You can also put this this input statements in the same line. For example, I can ask the user to enter ID and name together, and read ID followed by name. So in that case, I don't need this these lines. So now what will happen is, first you enter ID and you have some space after that, blank space, and then you write the name, and it will read first read ID and then the integer value, and then it will read the character in name. Let me show you, and I'll come back and discuss what is this. Compilation, linking, and execution. So now ID and name 2244 and Jolly. So now it is working. Back to the editor. This process of putting this statements in the same, these operators in the same line to read multiple items is called something called chaining of extraction operators. This is a chaining of extraction operations, and this line is called chaining of insertion operations. So this is the basic simple program. I would like to stop at this point. So thank you for watching. I hope it helped you to get some understanding about how to create the program, the basic program in C++. Thank you.